Jameel Ahmad is the global head of currency strategy at FXTM. And of course, we've got Chantal Marks, who is from F&B Wealth and Investment. Jameel, I'm going to start off with you. How did we kick off the busy trading week?
Thank you very much for having me, as always, and good morning. Things were actually a little bit quiet because of the U.S. public holiday due to Washington's birthday, and also because markets are very much in wait-and-see mode for what's going on with these current and ongoing U.S. and China discussions, which has been a recurring theme now for about 6 months. But this is why investors are really staying and waiting and see. In terms of the South African rand, that saw a little bit of weakness yesterday. I'm looking to see what happens tomorrow with the budget statement, and also whether the rand could benefit from the potential that the Federal Reserve FOMC minutes will put the brake on further interest rate rises, and see whether this causes any dollar weakness.
I mean, Trump tweeted that US-China talks have been, and I quote in inverted commas, very productive. So we never really know how to read Trump's tweets. Is it a little bit too early to, I suppose, be celebrating at this stage?
It's very much too early to be celebrating, because this is an ongoing theme that's been going on for months. And if you look at these kind of comments that have come in from the political parties, you have had positive comments at times, but yet we're only just over a week and a half away from when the United States is going to potentially put further tariffs on Chinese imports, which isn't going to be good news for anybody. So this is why I would say it's still too early for celebrations. We really need some sort of long-standing resolution for improved risk appetite, and currencies like the South African rand will sit on the sideline and not see that heavy buying demand until investors are clear as to what's going to happen next with these ongoing discussions between the United States and China.
I'm looking at the rand now. It's 14.14 to the dollar. Since the start of the year, a lot's happened. I think whether it is the load shedding from the Eskom front and various other news, how has the rand performed since 2019 kicked off?
Well, it's still up on the year, but the thing is, the last week was a particularly bad week for the South African rand, and because of that, the rand actually gave up most of its strength from January, because at one point the South African rand was the best performing emerging market currency this year, which isn't anything that's very easy to achieve. But yet this Eskom news, it was particularly poorly timed, because it came at the exact same moments that the dollar managed to strengthen and rebound. We saw a big 1.5% increase in dollar demand. And then you've got this US-China, no news is not necessarily situation to the trade discussions, which has made investors very risk-off. So all in all, the South African rand is still higher for the year, but it's not anywhere near as strong as it was just 1 week ago. It's lost about 3% since then.
News that you're going to be keeping an eye on for the rest of the week. I know tomorrow is the big budget. You're going to be focused on that, but what else is in your radar?
On a global level, it's going to be the US FOMC minutes released from the Federal Reserve meeting last month. Reason being is because the markets are still very much in surprise and somewhat awed that the Federal Reserve, the US Central Bank, has issued such a U-turn over what their indications will be for monetary policy and interest rates in the United States. So this saw a lot of dollar moves at the end of last month. So what investors are really looking for, some clarity, some guidance, and some indications as to what the Federal Reserve will be doing this year. If they will not be raising US interest rates at all, there's a possibility that emerging market currencies will benefit from this.
Thank you so much to my guest on the line, Jameel Ahmad, who is the global head of currency strategy at FXTM.